Ladies and gentlemen, it feels absolutely fantastic to be here back with the squad, be here back with the team, be here back with every single trader. Man, it feels good. And it's just because it is absolute game time at this moment. Getting ready for every single person to be able to be here. And I know I took off last week, and I apologize about it, guys. I was getting married. I have a valid excuse. Yes, I am a married man. Now, with that being stated, I am more than excited to be here right now with the squad, be here right now with the team, be here right now to be able to say, hey, you know what, let's get after it. Because already today, I'm absolutely crushing it. And I just got to log into my Trade Ideas account real quick, guys, and we'll be all set, ready to go. But I do want to show this before we begin. Before we kick off this day, I've actually already locked in $2,253 trading already today. Now, you might say, how the heck were you able to do that? Well, if you guys take a look at your screen at this moment, everyone go type in the chart RADX. RADX. This was a play that we saw instantly. RADX, this is a play that started spiking and ripping and running. And this was something I threw out as well right over on StockTwits. If you guys take a look over on StockTwits, I literally threw out here, RADX met primary endpoints. I put this out right when it came out at around 7 o'clock. RADX, this stock started squeezing, ripping, and running and went on one of the biggest spikes by far of the day, went on a 500% rip and run. But what we have right here is RADX met primary endpoints. RADX is in full control of pre-market right now. RADX is a great list of shorts if you guys want to get ready to short. RADX, I will not go short on this play until $25, $26. RADX, I'm going short $25, $26, $27, and that's the exact high of where the stock started to turn. That's the exact high of where the stock started to drop. That's the exact high of this stock started getting weaker and weaker and weaker here. So, I mean, how cool was that? That kicking off our day already, we're already up $2,253. Let me get logged back in here, and we will be all set, ready to go. Give me 1 second. I just actually have to go through the whole forgot my password here, just because I'm logging on at this moment, and we'll be all set. But I really want to be able to take this moment, go through it absolutely all, and break this on down here. Give me 1 second here, traders. Just want to make sure that we're all set here, ready to get after it. But man, I am so excited for this day ahead. I am so excited for this absolutely amazing opportunity to be back, for us to be able to all get ready to rock and roll on this day. I hope you guys are excited as well. And I mean, all I'm looking forward to is being able to trade with you guys live, be able to break down every single thing for us so that every single trader knows exactly how to be trading here. And let me actually try this. For some reason or another, I apologize, guys. I just, came back, jumped on this computer, and my Trade Ideas is having some issues being able to log on in. All right. So I'm going to email them real quick, try to get that fixed. But let's go over what we're seeing at this moment. Okay. Let's take a little bit of time, break this on down completely from start to finish, and make sure every single trader is fully aware of what we need to be looking at going on this day. Because, guys, it feels so good to be able to be back in front of the computer. Let's talk about what we have. Let's talk about what we're seeing, and let's make sure that you, as the investor, know exactly what to be looking at. You, as the investor, know exactly what to be focusing on. So what you guys can see right here starting on off is there are a few plays that are already starting to go on big rips and runs. MASK. Just came out at 7:30. This was 9 minutes ago. 3-star press release. Stock did come out and it says there is an agreement. Signed a master agreement with Orca Technologies to develop a 26 megawatt AI data center in Finland. You could even add the word AI data center if you wanted to. AI data center has been a very hot trend. We're even seeing space data centers at this time. But when we're having an agreement to work with an AI data center, people are going to start getting excited immediately. People are going to start seeing breakouts, rips, and runs. So Mask, 3-star press release, just went on a spike of about 90% and is only about 1 million in float. We could see also PFSA. PFSA is another stock that has just met primary endpoints. So this is another 4-star press release. Primary endpoints has been hit. This stock is starting to go on a very nice rip and run at this time. So that's really one of the key things that I want every single trader to be aware of. You know, right here, if we take a look at the Fox Runner analyst alerts, we have Mask, master service agreement, signed a master agreement with Orca Technologies to develop an AI data center in Finland. Obviously, that's going to bring in a lot of hype. That's going to bring in a lot of momentum. These two pictures are a little funny. It kind of like these two pictures look so staged. It's kind of like, all right, we're going to take and remember, guys, these are not, a lot of these companies, these are not going to be Apple or Google. They are not $100 billion companies. Some of these companies right here, guys, they're just small companies that are trying to make a name for themselves. So it's funny, we have this partnership going on. We have this agreement made. We have MASK, and all of a sudden MSK is starting to go on this very big spike and rip and run right here. PFSA did come out with primary endpoints. This one came right at 7:30 as well. Stock starts ripping and running and spiking and climbing. And really, again, what you need to understand, because everyone asks the same question every single day. Every single day, people ask the same exact question. And what's that question? How do you find the best spikers every morning? How did I alert RADX at 7:30 before it went on a 500% climb? Well, number one, again, to be honest with you, I just use Fox Runner. But also with that traded, guys, it says RADX is the clear number one top gainer on the day since primary endpoints. The easiest way to find big time breakouts is just by understanding the keywords. So if you can see press releases the moment they come on out, and number two, you know what to look for in the press release, you are going to be able to constantly either A, buy right when they come out, or B, be aware of it and you can short them when they come back on down. So if you guys take a look right here, we highly suggest adding the 3-star and 4-star words to your AI voice alerts right here. What's a 3-star word? Positive. Phase 3, top line results. 4-star word, positive, endpoints. People getting excited about these. These are some of the best things that you can do. When you see positive endpoints are coming on out, that's going to lead towards a rip and run probably 8 to 9 out of 10 times. When you are a biopharmaceutical company and you come out with positive endpoints, that's when the stock most likely is going to rip and run. That's when we're going to see some of the biggest climbs. That's when we're going to see some of the biggest pops right here. So what was the press release over on RADX, which led to this absolutely incredible spike? The stock went all the way from what price? $6, $7, ripped all the way up to $27 right here because it does have the word achieves. Achieves what? Primary endpoints. You could see, again, I think achieves is a 2-star, even a 3-star word here. When we take a look at 2-star words, let's go down. Approval. Yes, achieves. What are you achieving? Achieving endpoints. 2-star, 4-star word. That's what's leading towards this big rip and run. And look how much, technically how much time you have. People complain about this the most. They say, oh, I don't have time to get in. When a stock comes out with hot news, it goes on a big time breakout. Ladies and gentlemen, this is on a 1-minute time frame. It says RADX came out at 7 o'clock. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes before it even reached its high. Do you know how long 15 minutes is in the stock market? How long does it take you to honestly do this? RADX came out the press release. Okay, let's type it in. RADX. Okay, 1,000 shares, limit order. Let me type the price I want to get filled at, $14. Okay, buy. Traders, that took me 15 seconds. Why are people complaining that they don't have enough time? You had 15 minutes to get involved in RADX on the upside, or again, get involved on RADX as it spiked on up towards around $25. Now, that's another thing that people are asking me. That they say, hey, how did you say $25 is going to be the top? Or why did you, again, put that alert out? And again, I gave that out to the public for everyone. As I stated right here, I like to be able to give everything away for free. I don't want to be a guy that's sitting behind a paywall being like, oh, you guys can't hear my alerts. Oh, hey, guys, buy a $5,000 course. That's not what I'm doing in any sort of way. If I see something attractive that I believe is going to be able to help out traders, I'm going to let every single person know. So again, when I put this alert right here over on StockTwits and I said, hey, I'm going to be shorting this at $25, $26, $27, I'm saying that because that's the area that I'm going to do myself, right? We do have right here, RADX, I will not short until $25, $26, $27. And I know it's getting blocked right here for a second. But that's the tweet that I just put on out there. And a lot of people are asking me, how did I predict that? How did I predict $25, $26, $27 here? Right? RADX, I will not short until $24, $25, $26 if it gets that area. And as we know, that's the exact area that I started shorting at. 25, 26, 27. And I only got filled 527 shares. I actually did locate 1,000 shares on this play. I did have an order at 27 and an order all the way up at 28. You guys could see I got filled at the exact high $27 area. Now, why did I do that? Well, traders, it does come on down to just how fast it's increasing in price and then also understanding very strong natural resistance lines. Stock trading is one big game of psychology. Stock trading is understanding where is the mob going to shift. When I say the mob, I say the majority of buyers. Where are the majority of buyers feeling confident? Where the majority of buyers are going to start being more fearful. So when we take a look over on a play, let's go ahead and take what do we have here? When we go over and we take a look at, let's say, a normal spike, right? Let's kind of think about the way psychology would think about it. Here is a very big spike, a very big rip, a very big run. Let's say this is RADX. RADX, the stock that just came out with a very big rip, the stock that just came out with a lot of momentum. RADX, where do we feel confident about this play? Where can we jump in on RADX and be like, oh, wow, hey, this is actually a great area? Well, I will say anywhere between here to here, we could probably say RADX, we are buying very early. If you see that you have positive endpoints, there's a great chance that RADX, you could buy this and you're going to win. When you come out with positive endpoints and a stock has moved less than, let's say, 20%, there's a great chance that this can go on a big spike and rip and run. Now, that's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about lower float stocks that are probably $20 and less. Let's remember that, guys. I'm referring to micro caps with these lower floats. That's what I'm referring to in most of the cases here. So when I'm saying, again, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4 million in float stock, a stock has gone on a less than 20% move, and it just came out with positive endpoints, you are early if you have less than a 20% move, right? Now, let's say, again, the stock starts going up a little bit higher. Let's say all of a sudden the stock goes from that 20% move and we start going up towards, let's say that, 60% move. So let's go all the way up towards around 60%. Now, remember, what did we just show you? We just showed you that there is a list of keywords. Endpoints is kind of the 4-star greatest thing you can. So even if I got in on RADX when it's 60 or 50%, I would still be in the area of confidence, right? I'm still very confident that I'm feeling good, right? That this is a play that's gone on a big time breakout. This is a play that could be able to make us some money. This is a play that could be able to make us some cash at this time. Now, as we go from 60% and maybe we start spiking up a little bit higher, maybe we start going all the way on up towards, we start getting up towards like 120%. At this point, I'm kind of saying, okay, I don't know if I'm right or not. I'm kind of hoping, right? I'm more at the area that I'm in the hopium, where I'm saying to myself, hey, I hope it goes up higher. I hope this stock starts squeezing on up more. I know the stock has already ran 120%. And then basically after we start spiking up towards 150, 200%, and we're all the way up here, you are late. You know you're late. You know that if you buy at these areas, you are most likely going to get into trouble. So this is why the majority of stock traders lose. The majority of stock traders, and let's again talk to every single person here, is that they are not buying in the early section. They are not sitting here and again waiting for RADX to come out on the Fox Turner analyst page right here and saying, oh, RADX met primary endpoints, 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, let me buy in. Okay, let me buy in early. Okay, let me buy in the confident area. Okay, I'm going to buy now in hopium. I'm going to buy now after it's late. Be honest with yourself right now. How often do you buy a stock? Not right when it comes out with news, but at the very tippity top of hopium or late, hoping that it goes up higher, knowing that the stock has already ripped and run and you just want a little bit more. If you are that person, understand that, again, this stock most likely is going to have a better chance of fading and falling than it does have to going up even higher. So where did I come up with my 25, 26, 27 area? Number one, it was a low float play. I know that these stocks can go crazy. Number two, it's a play that does have one of the best press releases we can have, positive endpoints. Number three is that I knew 25, 26, 27 was such an extended move, a 500% gain, that if we got there, there was going to be probably a great chance of a reversal. Now, where 25 is coming from is, again, every $5 increment. $1, $5, $10, $15, $20, $25. And then we get to quarter increments, 25, 50, 75, 100. And then you usually get to like $50 increments, 100, 150, 200. And then as you get bigger, you can get up to $100 increments. So a lot of times reversals always happen when it's very small in the $1 area, when you get bigger, $5 area, when you get larger, $25 area, $50 area, $100 area. So we finally got to that first 500% move, first $25 increment on a low float stock that had endpoints after a 500% climb. I mean, for me, that's where I came up with this mindset of saying, hey guys, let's just be honest with each other. Let's just be frank with each other. Obviously, if we see a stock go up this big, this quickly, there's a great chance for us to be able to have success on the short side. So what did you guys see? RADX, I put an order of 250 shares at 25 bucks. Now I had 1,000 shares total. I did again, another 250 shares at $26, another 250 shares that I only got filled 27 shares of. Now, why was I spreading these out? Because I don't know the exact price. Now, while I say $25 is going to be near the high, I don't know the exact area. It could be 25 or 26, or as you could see, we nailed it perfectly at 27. But I'm going to spread out the best area I possibly can to have the best cost basis possible. That's what I wanted to do at this moment. So if we actually take a look over here, guys, I was live streaming over on Tradecaster before, and let me again try to bring this on up here for this moment. Let me switch this over into 1080 HD so we can all see it here. And again, this was me just kind of setting up more of my pre-market scanners. But I want to show you guys exactly what was going on with, again, what was happening at this moment over on RADX. So again, RADX right here, this stock started ripping and squeezing and popping and running. I had a cost basis at $25.57. You can see RADX, I was short 525 shares at this moment. So as, again, you guys can see how quickly these stocks can turn and dump and fade and fall. And just like that, my profit was just rising and rising and rising and rising and rising and rising. And you know what's crazy? Is if I kept holding on to this play, right now it's all the way down to 14 bucks. I could have made another $3,000 out of this day. So I locked in my profits right there over on RADX and just wanted to make it, my gains. But RADX is sitting at $14 at this moment. RADX, I could have made another $6 drop, which would have been another $3,000, which would have pushed me up nearly $5,400 on the day. So that's what I want you guys to realize about stock trading. Stock trading is, again, the best time to trade is going to be in pre-market. The best time for you guys to be able to trade is going to be when new stock developments come on up, just like they're going to be coming up at 8 o'clock here in the next, again, 8 minutes. And on top of that, if you guys do have your keywords aware and you guys are all set with your keywords, like these are mine right here, when you do have the word approval and top of line and cancer, and you do have the word endpoints, right? These are going to be bringing in a lot of hype. These are going to be bringing in a lot of momentum. So that's going to be absolutely great. But as of now here, traders, you guys could take a little side note. There is also drop-down menus. That was a new update. But you guys can see RADX is the clear-cut number one, followed by MASK, which did come out with an agreement press release with AI data centers. And then on top of that, guys, we did have ZBIO, which did go on a quick spike as well, which also did come out with primary endpoints. So, I mean, it's fun to see. It's cool to see that once you learn these specific keywords that bring in hype and momentum, these lists right here, you kind of can already note for yourself, all right, I know what keywords to watch. Like, these are already embedded in my brain, right? These are already embedded in my brain. I don't even need to look at these keywords, and I already know what they are. With, again, positive and endpoints and contracts and agreements and approval and everything that kind of comes through these. This is what leads to big rips and runs with lower float stocks. We get, again, those explosive moves. So if you guys just need a little heads up for yourself at this time, what are the best press releases so far today? Best press releases so far today. Number one, RADX. RADX did come out with the primary endpoints. Number two, we do have MASK. MASK did come out with a service agreement with Orca Technologies. Number three, we did have IMNM. IMNM did come out with positive top-line results. Positive top-line results on phase 3. Phase 3 is also a 3-star word. Positive is also a 3-star word. IMNM also did come out with primary endpoints. So you guys can see met primary endpoints. That might be the word of the day here. The word of the day might be primary endpoints for every single trader. Make sure that you guys are aware of that right here. KYTX also came out with positive top-line data. So we have, again, KYTX came out with the word positive. We have INM came out with the word positive. We have, again, MASK, which had an agreement. And we have RADX, which reached primary endpoints on significant results. So all of these stocks that are spiking and ripping and running at this moment are pretty credible. All of these plays are pretty awesome. All right, let's make sure that we're all good here. Let me try to re-sign in here for a second. I'm going to try to re-sign in here for a moment. So again, I'm having a little issue with my my trade ideas account to bring up all my charts and everything. But let's again make sure that we're all set here. Yeah, so right now, guys, unfortunately, I don't have trade ideas at this moment. So let's see what we have coming up here, though, guys, in the next 3 to 4 minutes. Let's make sure that we're all set. So right here, team. Obviously, we are going to be all good. We got, again, about 4 minutes until the market opens on up. Let's continue to get ourselves prepared and ready to rock and roll for the future. Now, I know I wasn't here last week. But last week, we saw a common trend start happening. And I will tell you, I am very excited about it in the future. And what is that? That is, again, the SpaceX IPO. Traders, how many people are excited for the SpaceX IPO? I don't know if SpaceX is going to get so much hype, it's just going to spike on up and then come crashing on down, or if SpaceX is just going to go up forever. SpaceX is about to be one of the biggest companies of all time. I am so excited for this to go live in 2026. It is going to be insane, the volatility. We're going to see everyone bum rush into this play. And then after that, people are going to take profits. It's probably going to dump. Then again, it's going to have a few, again, probably cult following SpaceX. Then again, some people are going to say it's a meme stock. It's going to be all over the place. So it's 100% going to be all over the place in every single way. But what I will say is space has been such a hot theme right now. We're seeing Elon Musk obviously talk about SpaceX a ton, but he's also even tweeting out this from last night. The sun is enormous. Free fusion reactor in the sky. It's super dumb to make tiny fusion reactors on Earth. Even if you burned 4 Jupiters, the sun would still round up to 100% of all power that will ever be produced in the solar system. Stop wasting money on puny little reactors unless actively acknowledging that they are just there for your pet science project. So basically, Elon Musk talking about making free fusion reactors from the sun. SpaceX stuff coming on up. More space. I mean, since we started hearing about AI, space data centers, since we started hearing about SpaceX IPO, since we started hearing more about space, Rocket Lab, a very popular space company, has also bounced an incredible amount. It's bounced up 35%. So space stocks have been very hot. 35% move on that alone, right? Who owns SpaceX? Elon Musk, Google Ventures, Fidelity Investments, Founders Fund, and others. So the majority of it, 42%, is Elon Musk here. But here is a list of an entire list of space stocks for you guys. Rocket Lab, Space, Gemini, RDW, Fly, PL, ASTS, SATS. So if you are very interested in the space stock world, make sure, again, you guys go ahead and check out this list here. Okay? All right, here, traders. Let's make sure we're all good. Right now, little side note for every single person. Let's all focus. We do have coming on up here in the next 5 seconds, we are going to be getting brand new news. Let's watch to see what we get at 8 o'clock, and let's see if we can find something nice and big. Unfortunately, I don't have any charts going on this day, but I'm going to be calling out plays and helping you guys on out with anything that you guys need. So let's see if anything big comes out at 8 o'clock here. 8 o'clock is right now. Let's start seeing the news come on through. See if we can find anything ripping, running, spiking, climbing. So here starts coming the 8 o'clock news. We do have, again, phase data, SPRB. SPRB, it might be a stock that we want to be looking at. Successful product. I don't think it's getting too much hype just yet. We do have, again, CCLD. CCLD launches an AI desk agent, a breakthrough AI front desk assistant. Maybe could get a little hype over on CCLD. We do have announced FDA acceptance over on FBIO. FBIO does have FDA acceptance. Usually when the FDA accepts you, you do start getting some hype and momentum. GIBO, guys. Okay, this one might get a quick little pop and dump. Has a strategic collaboration with eTotal Technology to accelerate a deployment in NVIDIA's most advanced chips. Do not think that there's a partnership on GIBO and NVIDIA. Sometimes people see the word GIBO and then see NVIDIA. They are not having a partnership in anything. If anything, this is going to go on a quick spike and a quick dump right back on down. And the reason why I say that is because you see the word GBIO, you see the word collaboration, and you see the word NVIDIA. People, again, sometimes jump the gun thinking that that's a collaboration with NVIDIA. No, they're just talking about, they're working and having, and they want to build on NVIDIA's most advanced chips. that means absolutely nothing. So we will, again, continue to stay smart here. See if, again, we get any sort of ripping and running. Let's see if we get any big climbs. We did just have an alert go through. FBIO. FBIO is the one with FDA acceptance here. Yeah, and FBIO not doing too much right now, but we definitely want to be aware of it. We want to see if there's anything big at this 8 o'clock mark. Again, Mask was at 8:30 with the 84% gain. And we still, again, obviously, we can still see 1, 2, and 3. Those are the top plays. We're going to see if anything steals at 8 o'clock. Now, please note, not every single 30-minute press release wave is going to lead towards big rips and runs. Not every 30 minutes is when we're going to have a massive climb here. It is going to be, again, we have many different times. 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Those are going to be the master times, but not guaranteed to always have a press release during those times. So we did just get a little bit of a press release wave right here, but we did not see anything kind of come out and start spiking and ripping and running. All right. So right now, traders, we are absolutely fine. I would say the number one thing for us to do is just be watching RADX. Let me actually go over towards, I'm going to pop out Cobra's charts. And let's take a look over here, over on RADX. RADX When we take a look at this chart right here, team, obviously, insane spike up to $27, back down to 13. We are trying to hold up some sort of support right around 13 bucks. Would anyone here want to continue to short this play? Would anyone here to say, hey, I'm just going to short this one back on down. I'm just going to see this one fading and fall. I'm just going to see RADX keep getting weaker. Like, I'm not opposed. You do have some strong support sitting right around this $13 mark. But if RADX starts cracking $13, you could easily start getting weaker. Now, let me draw some trend lines here. I'm just going to use this. I think right now we're on a 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame. Scroll on back here a little bit. Let me get this pencil. And this is kind of the trend line we have at this moment. So RADX, at this moment, top resistance, fade on down. Top resistance, fade on down. RADX trying to hold up the best it can right along the support line. Support line, it seems like it's right around that 1320-ish mark. If you want to kind of connect the dots perfectly, let me add another little trend line right here. And if we add this right here, going across the board, you guys can see how we do have this little this little triangle wedge pattern right here getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And if RADX starts cracking this little area, there's a chance that we fall all the way back down towards around $11, $12. Anyone interested for a little bit of a short? And here comes that little bit of that potential crack as the floor is starting to go a little bit. As this floor starts going, we could possibly fall all the way down towards the low $11 region. So you guys can see, here's the floor. Floor is starting to crack. As, again, the floor starts cracking, you can start getting some weakness. As we start getting this weakness, this is where we could fall all the way on down towards this old support line. And this is, again, the part of chart reading that everyone needs to understand. You know, when you guys want to become a great stock trader, you need to understand where can the floor crack? Where is their top resistance? How low can we possibly fall on down to? Well, obviously, we could fall all the way on down towards around 1050, 1060 at this point. That's how low we can continue to drop on down to, and it's just because the pure fact that you lost the floor. So again, where's that floor at? That floor is up towards around 1330. So if you're saying, okay, hey, I want to look for a possible short entry. I want to get myself involved on a short side. Well, you probably want to be looking somewhere around that 1350 area if we get another bounce back up towards around that 1350 area for the short. If the stock keeps on dropping, we're going to go all the way back on down towards around 1067. So there's a lot of weakness that is happening right now over on RADX, the #1 top gainer, which is great because now, again, other plays can be able to get the hype. Other plays can be able to get the momentum. Other plays can be able to step on up and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we could start getting a big spike and rip and run in the near future here. So nothing new that I'm seeing. RADX is still the #1 top gainer at this time. RADS, MASK, and INM. We are, again, seeing that, you know, RADX does have this little fade, has room to fall back on down to crack $12. If you want to do a small entry, you're definitely, you know, more than welcome to. If you want to wait for that 1350 area, you could definitely do that also. Let's, again, take a look at MASK. Let's see what MASK is doing. MASK. MASK is another play where, again, this one is rather small, though. This one's a sub $1 play. Has gone from 30 cents, spiked all the way up to 82 cents, faded all the way back down to 46 cents, back on up to 62 cents, now hitting right around that 50-cent mark. I'm not the biggest fan of playing stocks that are sub $1 that, you know, are this volatile. I just don't like it as much. Let's see what else we have here. INMN. Take a look at this chart, or IMNM. This play, IMNM, has gone from $20, ripped up to $29, still sitting at $24. So, I mean, the most active play for sure is still RADX. RADX is your best bet. But I would say at this moment, what we probably want to do is wait for something new to come out, especially if that means, you know, right around 8:30 or so. Let's wait for something new, or maybe for RADX to break its down, trying to start getting some hype. So let's actually go back. Let's get ourselves fully prepared on this day in every single way. So we already went over some space stocks. Now let's see what else is on the list on today. What we have here is a memory chip shortage. Prices are rising. The AI boom is creating a severe memory chip shortage. Let's read this. The explosive growth in artificial intelligence is fueling a severe shortage across nearly all types of memory chips, from everyday consumer products to advanced AI infrastructure. So we could see the shortage has cascaded across memory categories. Short memory stocks are at a very low supply, but as you guys could see, they're at a very high demand right here. So again, that's why, you know, we're seeing some plays, you know, these chip plays, you know, like AMD has gone on such great climbs and rips and runs. So at this moment here, traders, we are seeing severe memory chip shortage you guys could see the prices of chips have been absolutely rising at an insane level. What else do we have here? We have, is a Santa Claus rally on the way for 2025? So traders, what's a Santa Claus rally? Santa Claus rally is going to be in the final 2 weeks of the year. We get a massive rip and run. Today would be the kickoff for the Santa Claus rally. So it says since the 1950s, the S&P 500 has delivered positive returns in approximately 79% of the period with an average gain of 1.3. So in the final 2 weeks of the year, the S&P 500 climbs on average 1.3%, 79% of the time. Those are pretty good odds. Those are pretty good odds that we are going to see a nice climb in the final 2 weeks here. So in the short window, outperforms typical 7-day period in the stock market where average returns are closer to 0.3%. While past patterns do not guarantee future results and exceptions like prior years decline, we are seeing a 79% positive return since 1950. So pretty cool to see. Now, traders, this is, again, very big. Right here, this final 2 weeks right here, when we take a look over on the S&P 500, and we're asking ourselves right here, is the S&P 500 going to absolutely blast through these highs? Now, you know what's crazy, guys? Is the S&P 500, let's go back to like a let's go back weekly time frame. That's fine. So the S&P 500, what did we go through this year? If we take a look at what has the S&P 500 gone through this year, this blue line right here represents the start of the year. This right here represents where we're currently at. The S&P 500 at the start of the year had a little bit of a climb, and then what happened? Tariff fear took over. Tariffs are going to crash the market. Tariffs are never going to work. Tariffs are again going to be dropping, and everyone got spooked. As everyone got spooked, was one of the best dip buy opportunities. And then after that, everything went flying up sky high. Then what did we have right here? Right here, we did have that 1 month, that month-long AI bubble fear. AI bubbles popping. The AI bubbles here. Michael Burry is shorting. People got spooked. As people got spooked, guess what? We started seeing everyone start buying back on in. I will say this, as you guys already know, and I hate just being the guy to repeat it, I bought in at the lowest day on, again, April. I bought in on the lowest day in November. Every time we have a dip, I buy. Because I don't want to be a person that gets spooked, because I know probably over 50% of people that are listening to me right now probably also was saying, I'm not buying on this dip. You're not buying on the dip on the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the world, the strongest companies in the world. You're not buying when, again, they're cheaper? No way. I only buy at highs. Well, again, that's the way you're not going to make a lot of money, right? So again, that's why you have to buy in on these dip buy opportunities. You have to get filled at these. I made a video again a little while ago over on my Twitter saying, hey, I'm expecting the market to spike at the end of the year. I'm expecting a strong end of the year return. And people were saying, oh, Dek, you're doing a bad service. You're telling people to buy in. You know, the AI bubble's about to pop. And I had that comment so much. Right now, we're right next to record highs. And other than that, again, we're looking to see. I think the stock market's going to close around 697. That's my prediction. My prediction is a $700 touch as we go into end the year. That's my prediction on the S&P 500 here. But team, what you really need to understand here is that this is the last full week of trading before we get into Christmas, New Year's break. This week, we have a full week of trading ahead of us. We have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have, again, a full week on the calendar. But do you guys know next week and the following week is almost like you guys almost have 2 weeks off? You might say, what do you mean? Monday, we are here next week. Tuesday, we are here next week. But then what? Wednesday, it's Christmas Eve. No one's going to be here. Thursday, it's Christmas Day. No one's going to be here. Friday, people aren't going to trade on Friday after Christmas for, again, that one period of day when there's not going to be any press releases and probably very limited volume. So we have all of this week. And then we really only have Monday and Tuesday of next week. And then you have Christmas Eve, you have Christmas, and then that Friday, no press releases are going to come out. No one's going to show up. Then the following week, you do have work on Monday. You do have work on Tuesday. We're going to be getting after it. But then again, you have New Year's Eve. Not many people are going to be here. Then you have New Year's Day. The stock market's closed. And then, of course, on that Friday, you're not going to see any press releases. So the thing is, we have this entire week, and then you have Monday, Tuesday, and then ultimately you almost have a 2-week break. So we want to make sure that we are seeing the stock market. We want to be trading. We want to be making as much money as we possibly can over the next week straight, because this next week, this next 5 days is kind of our last hurrah of 2025. So we want to make sure everyone is good with that, ready to rock and roll. Cool little picture here. The next steps to artificial intelligence. We have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Phase 1 was core infrastructure. Phase 2 was hyperscalers. Phase 3, where we are right now, and then heading over to phase 4, which is going to be widespread adoption. Spotify, Shop, Netflix, Tesla, Duo. So again, keep your eyes peeled on some of these plays as we move into the future. What else do we have here? Oracle lost $35 billion in market cap. I don't know if you guys, again, like to be able to follow some of these bigger plays, but Oracle stock plunged over 11 to 14% following its Q2 FY 2026 earnings report on December 10th, erasing tens of billions in market cap amid concerns of sustainability of massive AI investments. So Oracle making a massive, massive bet on themselves right now. We're putting hundreds of billions of dollars in AI. We are, again, increasing our debt in an enormous amount, hoping that AI, again, is going to make them tons of money. Guys, there is part of this. Like, the thing is, I always see AI as the internet. As in AI, it's an investment. But no one can truly determine, like, which way AI is going to go in the future. No one knows. You know, the internet probably could have sprouted in a million different ways. Did you guys realize back in the time that you guys were logging onto the internet and using AOL and going on AIM, you know, using up dial-up back in the 1990s, early 2000s, that we'd be where we're at today? The internet is constantly advancing, and AI is going to constantly advance. But the thing is, if you're making massive investments into AI, you are making a gamble, as we don't know the future. It is going to be very uncertain. Heads up for everyone. This week is going to be very volatile. We know that this is essentially the last week of 2025 trading. But on Monday, we do have Fed T-bill purchase for 6.8 million. Tuesday, unemployment rate release. Wednesday, FOMC member speeches. Thursday, jobless claims report. And Friday, Japan rate hike. So we do have a lot of big things coming out here in the near future. On Thursday, you do have Nike's earnings. That's something that some traders are watching as well. Trump claims $18 trillion brought from tariffs. So, little heads on up. Yesterday, Trump was giving a speech saying how tariffs have now brought the United States $18 trillion. Now, there is no confirmation that that is the exact number. They are saying it's somewhere between 236 to 250 billion. Again, this is not a post. This is not talk of if you like Trump, if you dislike Trump. I do not care. I do not care if you're a Democrat or Republican. I am saying it doesn't matter if it's 18 trillion. It doesn't matter if it's 250 billion. I think tariffs are working better than people thought. And that's why the market is currently up 17% on the year. Is that we set up these tariffs, we have an additional $250 billion that we didn't have last year. Pretty nice. Again, that's not a left or a right, standpoint. It is if your business, which let's say is the United States, has an additional $250 billion, that's going to make the economy much better. That's going to make, again, our way of living much better. That could help us with taxes. That could help us with whatever. So this right here is helping keep the stock market up as well. Then obviously we've gotten into, again, some of the press releases today. Obviously the best press release of today has been RADX, which has met its endpoints. So obviously getting ourselves prepared for the future here. We do have RADS, MSIK, and we also have a little QIPT right now. Is QIPT starting to move a little bit? Guys, QIPT looks like it's starting to get a little bit of hype over. Oh, this one looks like it has like an agreement or got acquired at some price. You guys could see how this play went from 260 and just kind of moving sideways 350. Not really too much that we like at this moment. Let's go back over to RADX. RADX here, traders, notice that we did have this downtrend, holding. Got a little bit of a crack. As we got that little bit of a crack, we did get a little bit of a pop right back on up. And now it seems like more RADX is more inside of like this little channel. So this is how I see RADX at this moment. I see RADX kind of in this manner, where let's get rid of this line here. I see RADX spike on up to the price of 1530, drop back on down, break on out, bounce off 1530, bounce off 1530, bounce off 1530, break on out, basically to go forward, get snapped back on down, come back on down, snap back on up. Now we're coming back up towards around that 1530 mark. If we are, again, continuously just playing and trading RADX right here, you guys could see this would be where the next resistance line would be, somewhere right around that 1530-ish mark. If interested on this play, you can go ahead and look for some possible shorts if you believe this area is going to hold. Right now, it's starting to squeeze, though. Right now, again, we are having RADX starting to squeeze. RADX popping on out. Where's next main resistance lines? The next main resistance line we have up here. Next main resistance line, 1690. Are we going to be able to get up towards 1690? That's the next main resistance line, as you guys could tell. I'll do 250 shares if we get up towards around that 1690 mark. 1690 area, 250 shares. See if we get a little bit of a spike. Let's see if this one can get a little bit of a pop up towards that $16 plus mark. I'm not going to go too big. Again, I'm already up $2,000 on the day. But if I can always add a little bit more, I absolutely love it. So I absolutely love being able to add a little bit of, profits where I can, be able to make a little bit of money, be able to add a little bit more cash. So if that thing pops on up to 1690, I'll look to get filled. Again, right now I am more than happy with my day though. $2,253. I really want to try to make, over this next few days, $1,000, $2,000 a day. That's kind of my goal. $1,000, $2,000 a day. Guys, we're coming up towards almost that 1690 mark. Let's see if we're going to hit that top area and then get that reversal. What did we just pop up to? 1670? I did not get filled, guys. Just a little heads on out. We did just pop on up towards around that 1670-ish mark. I did not get filled. So you can see my short position is still 0 out of 0. Right now, the ask is up towards around that 1645-ish area, though. Let's see if we can get a little bit of that pop here still. Still watching. We've just had a great climb. $13 up towards around 1674. So we did just get a great climb. I do have a live pending order up near around that 1690 mark for 250 shares. And then see if this one can be able to fade and fall back on down. I do want to keep at least like $2,000 on the day. Like, am I going to trade again? Absolutely. But at the same point, I'm not going to, again, put myself in a position that's just going to hurt myself. Like, if I do 1,000 shares and I'm down 500, like, I don't want to end up taking big losses. Guys, stock is starting to reverse. Unfortunately, 1690 is not going to get filled. 1682, I think, was the high. 1680 was the top right there. And again, a lot of it is always just by looking at past chart history pattern, right? When you take a look at past chart history pattern, guys, you can clearly see, oh, wow, we spiked up right here. We came back on down. We spike up right here. We come right back on down. So it's nice. Very cool. I don't use this chart enough. I feel like I should. Let's see here. Array line, horizontal line, trend line, rectangle. What's a ray line? Oh, okay, just more like straight up, straight down. Text note. Cool. So that's starting to fall a little bit. But notice again, you do have that top. You start to get that reversal and that little fade back on down right here. All right, cool, guys. So right now we are starting to fade. We are starting to drop. We are starting to get a little bit weaker. We are starting to come back on down. Obviously, how low can we fall on down to? We could fall all the way back on down towards the low $13 region. If it does start to pop back on up, somewhere in the $16 is where you guys want to start looking for that next possible reversal. So you just want to be able to continue to play that chart. Next press release wave is going to be in the matter of 8 minutes here. So next press release wave is going to be in around 8 minutes, and we are going to be all set. Let's again take a look here. We have high cost of goods, stock futures rising, Roomba making iRobot files for bankruptcy, purchase, manufacturer buyout, FDA approved the 250,000 Singapore work trip during government shutdown. All right, nothing's too crazy, nothing too wild. We kind of know where we're at. We're just looking for that next spike. We're looking for that next rip, or we're looking for that next run. So let's see here. We're going to see what that next possible spike and climb is going to be at. Man, I am excited though. People ask me already. I already got some emails. People saying, "Hey, what do you think about the SpaceX IPO?" To be frank with you, I'm probably gonna buy in. I am. I'm gonna buy in on SpaceX 100%. My biggest fear is that it's going to just have like that massive initial spike and then come crashing all the way back on down. You know what I mean? Like that initial fear is going to be more of that massive initial spike and then just dump. Didn't like Hood do that? I think like when that one first IPO'd. Uh Hood. I think when that one like IPO'd back in the day, it was just like a massive spike and then massive dump like this. And this is kind of what like would be the fear for SpaceX. Now, obviously, it would be a different price and everything, but you could see when Hood first came out, Hood went from $35, shot up towards $84, and then within a month and a half, it's all the way down at $7. Imagine if you bought at $84 and then it's all the way down to $7. Well, obviously, Hood's been insane over the last year. Hood has gone from $37 and has ripped all the way up to $120. So obviously Hood's been insane, but it was you had to hold it for 3 years to now be back in the green. My biggest fear about SpaceX is going to be something similar like that. My biggest fear about SpaceX is that everyone's going to get so excited. It's going to even have something like this. Like look at RADX. You know, stock went all the way from $5, shoots up to $51 when it's IPO'd, and then within a week, it's all the way back down to $4. That's a very scary thing. So very scary thing to obviously be looking at. With the SpaceX IPO, I don't know if it's going to go explosive and then give everything on back. I mean, there's two major opportunities. You buy in right away and ride it on up. And if we do get that crazy spike, you just get ready for that possible short. But I do know if you get that crazy spike as well, you going against the grain, get ready for the world to hate you. That's what's going to be happening regardless. So, I mean, SpaceX IPO, it's going to be crazy. I do think it's going to have crazy hype. I just don't know if that hype is going to be able to hold on up in a significant manner. So right now here, traders, RADX, let's see, RADX coming back on up. Might spike right back up towards that 1660 mark. And I want to stay on StockTwits here for the next 5 minutes. Now, regardless here, traders, I am going to be going live, right? Going live in the next few minutes over on Tradecaster, over on YouTube, over on Kick, over on Twitch. And you guys know the man, the myth, the legend, Chaz, Michael Burry, getting ready to go. We're getting ready to come after it here, people. I'm getting a little jacked up, putting on, again, the little persona here. Getting the alter ego ready to rock here. Today's already been a big day, and I want to make it even bigger. So we do have RADX here, team. Let's see if this one can spike on up towards around that 1640-ish mark. Let's see if, again, we could get this squeeze and spike up towards that 1650-plus area. We have a little bit of hype right now over on RADX. We got about 4 minutes till news. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not liked this live stream yet, smash that thumbs on up. Get yourself excited, get yourself motivated, get yourself ready to rock and roll. Because obviously, we are pumped and we are ready to go here. RADX here, traders. Obviously, we are excited to see what the future is going to bring us. But we are also waiting for, like, what's just going to be the better opportunity? What's going to be the better spiker? What's going to be the better ripper and runner here? So we got about 3 minutes. 3 minutes to kill at this moment. And we're going to see what the next possible press release wave is going to bring us. Next, a press release wave, where the hype, where the momentum, and where the action is going to go. A little side note, they did add a watch list as well over on Fox Runner, so you get alerts anytime that this stock comes out with news or anything along those lines, so you guys can add different stocks to your watch list. You know, all right, hey, I want to add Tesla to your watch list. Okay, hey, I want to add Joby, Joby, to your watch list. Okay, hey, I want to be able to add whatever play, right? So you could add Joby, Tesla, AMPX. When you guys add these stocks, you guys do get notifications. You guys do get voice alerts. You guys do get push alerts whenever they come out with news. This way, again, you guys can write out your favorite plays. And again, whenever they come out with any sort of news, you guys will be all set, ready to go. So AMPX, obviously, that's the stock that I'm watching. That's one of my favorite plays. One of my long-term investments. If you do or do not know AMPX, I'm in on that play right around 1260, so I'm slightly down on AMPX, but it's a very volatile play. I'm looking for that one to be one of my big 2026 rippers and runners. Right now, 828 in the market. Watching to see, can this one squeeze and spike and rip and run? Let's see what we get in the next 2 minutes as well. Should I keep my 1690 entry? 1690. Should I keep watching that entry, or should I just cancel that and get ready to rock and roll for the future here? So where is file? Orders. Gonna see what we could do over on that play. Right now here, team. Let's get ready to go. It is currently 8:29 in the market. We have 30 seconds till the next press release wave. Let's see what the press release wave is going to bring us. Let's see where the hype is going to bring us. And let's see what we have here. So, guys, all eyes over on the news scanner. Let's make sure that we do this together. If we do see something ripping and running and spiking and climbing, we are going to take over and try to jump in and try to make some cash here. So, guys, we have right now 15 seconds until the 8:30 press release wave. All right, 8:30 press release wave starting up in 10 seconds here. Let's see what we got. Let's work together. Everyone, again, alert anything you see spiking, ripping, and running so we could be able to all be able to make as much money as humanly possible. All right, so 8:30 is here. All eyes over on the scanner. And let's see, again, what comes on out. We do have a breakthrough over on ODYS. Breakthrough could be able to get a little bit of hype. ODYS. Nothing there. They're very low volume at this moment. What else do we have here? We have a pivotal partnership. Pivotal partnership over on SAGT. Let's see if that one's starting to move a little bit. SAGT, not much volume just yet. So we always want to be aware of what plays have the hype or have the potential hype and then start going from there. Let's see here. We have a Bitcoin press release, new expanded acquires. ALBT acquires another company. ALBT, not too much volume just yet either. We're staying smart here, traders. We're staying smart. We're waiting to watch. We know RADX. We know MASK is the number 1, number 2 play. We're seeing if something else is going to be able to take its place. We definitely want to see if there is going to be that stock that's going to step up, that another play that's going to go on a big rip and run. See if there's going to be a play that every single trader is kind of jumping involved in. Right now, I don't see anything just yet. SAGT, not getting any sort of hype. So no RADX competitor right now. No RADX competitor. Obviously, if anything did come out, we would fully see it, fully be aware of it, looking for that big time breakout in that next leg. But I think we're all good. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, no big spike at 8:30. Hey, we got to stay ready for the future, though. We got to see what's going to be coming on up. We got to make sure that we're all ready to rock. And I'm going to be going live this entire day, ready to see what we do or what we have with big-time breakouts and big-time spikes. All right? Hey, StockTwits Nation, I appreciate every single person here. I will see everyone back here again next Monday. You guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. And other than that, I'm going live over on YouTube, so make sure you guys check me on out in the next few moments. We'll be ready to get after it and have ourselves an absolutely amazing day. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this Money Monday. It feels so fantastic to be back with the StockTwits family. And we're ready to rock and roll and see what the future is going to bring us. Little sign up, we are seeing HSCS. HSCS with a little volume. HSCS right here. HSCS. Yeah, a little bit of hype. Not too much. All right, I think we're good, guys. Not too much I'm seeing at this moment. ODYS with the breakthrough performance, trying to get a little bit of momentum over on ODYS. So continue to keep your eyes peeled there. Hey, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let's get ready for a big day. Kick it on off in the next few moments.